Gentlemen, please remove your caps for the invocation.
Be still for just a moment, guys, do the invocation. Thank you.
Our Father, we thank you for this day and all the days you have given us. We ask that you be with us here today and bless each and every person, whether it be a player, a fan, a parent, or a coach, or an official. Father, we ask that all we do be in your name and your glory, glorifying your name. We thank you for all the many blessings of life, but more especially your Son, Jesus Christ, who died on the cross so that someday we could spend eternity with you in heaven. Again, we ask you to forgive us of our sins. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our live coverage of the 2017 Dixie Youth Baseball. This is the AAA World Series from Oxford, Alabama. I'm Mike Rideout for JockJive.com. Unfortunately, we won't have any crowd noise to go along with our broadcast today. Our sincere apologies. This is a beautiful facility, great scenery. Only one problem here at this multi-million-dollar facility. They don't have windows that open in the press box, so we have no way of getting a crowd mic out to the field. So hopefully with the shout-outs and the broadcast, we can get through it. We're going to give you an opportunity to participate during the broadcast by sending in your shout-outs and best wishes, and you can do it via text message. For those of you who are new to our shout-outs, I'll explain how they work. Basically what we're looking for is who's the shout-out to, who's it from, and where are you guys watching. So as an example, good luck, Talon McConnell, from Mom and Dad watching in Stanley, North Carolina. Just as an example, who's it to, who's it from? All of our broadcaster archives, so when the players go back and watch the game, they'll know who sent the shout-out, who's it to, who's it from, and I always like to know where you guys are watching the game. So if you want to send a shout-out, grab your pen. You can send it via text message, and the number is area code 352-258-8450 for all games played on Field 1. It will be 352-258-8450. That's our number for the shout-outs. We'll play 6 to determine who moves to the winner's bracket. It's Stanley, North Carolina, and Hueytown, Alabama. Just about ready to get things going. Thanks for tuning in here on JockJive.com. We'll run through the starting lineups. First for our visitors. Currently the weather 86 degrees. Partly cloudy here in Oxford, Alabama, but we should be in good shape as far as the weather goes. And Talon McConnell will lead it off. He's the starting catcher, number 20. He's facing a right-hander, Max Hollingsworth, who delivers high and outside for ball one, and we are underway. Running through the North Carolina lineup, the catcher McConnell leading it off. Batting second at second base, number 74, Xavier Toller, as that is taken outside for ball two, 2-0. Batting third at third base, number 8, Gavin Gibson. The cleanup hitter, the right fielder, number 2, Ezra Taylor. Batting fifth and pitching, number 1, Dylan Howell. Batting sixth, the shortstop, number 11, Tucker Payton, as that's outside for ball 3. Batting seventh at first base, number 24, Zeke Boland. Batting eighth in center field, number 6, Mikey Flowers. Batting ninth, number 7, Cooper Summerlin. Batting 10th in left field, number 23, Ryan Wofford. Batting 11th, number 21, Lucas Michael. And batting 12th, number 22, Carter Roberts. The count, 3 balls and no strikes to McConnell. Bases empty, just underway, top of the first inning. Your umpires for today's game, by the way, North Carolina manager Jamie Summerlin, assistant coaches Jake Michael and Scott Payton, as Hollingsworth delivers a strike to make it 3-1. Umpires for this game, first base, Rusty Taylor out of Hughes Spring, Texas. Jim Bailey at second out of Beaufort, Georgia. Silas Fontenot out of Ville Platte, Louisiana, is at third. That one's lifted foul down the right field line. Calling the balls and strikes today is Michael Caminita out of Norco, Louisiana. So the count now 3 balls and 2 strikes to McConnell here in the top of the first inning. Again, the manager, Jamie Summerlin, assistant coaches Jake Michael and Scott Payton for Stanley, North Carolina. The 3-2 pitch is fouled back to the screen, and it remains 3-2. For Alabama from Hueytown, their manager, Kevin Hudgens, assistant coaches Kevin Black and Nate Vaughn. Leading off will be the left fielder, number 14, Jonah Winston. Batting second in center field, number 20, Jay Fuller. Batting third, the catcher, number 12, Caleb Johnson. The shortstop, Number 52, Ethan Booker, bats fourth. There's ball 4 to McConnell. So a leadoff walk puts a runner at first with nobody out. That will send up Xavier Toller, the second baseman. Continuing for Alabama, batting fifth, the DH, number 17, Baker Davis. Batting sixth at first base, number 4, Gavin Franklin. Batting seventh, the pitcher, number 9, Max Hollingsworth, as the first pitch to Toller is down low for ball 1. Batting eighth, the right fielder, number 2, Brody Black. Batting ninth, the second base, number 11, Colton Hudgens. Batting 10th, number 8, Devin Ford. Batting 11th, the third baseman, number 44, Sam Vaughn. And batting 12th, number 36, Ethan England. Next pitch misses for ball 2. 2-0 to Toller, with McConnell at first base and nobody out. Just underway, no score, and we do have our first shout-out of the game. You can send your shout-outs via text message, area code 352-258-8450, 352-258-8450. That one's in the dirt for ball 3. Our first shout-out says, go Stanley and go Tug Deason from Sawyer. Thank you, Sawyer. 3-0 to Toller. And the next pitch, that is called a strike. Kind of a late call there by the umpire, but he does call it a strike to make the count 3-1. Runner at first, that's Talon McConnell, who walked to begin the game. The next pitch, well, on not quite a full swing, but it was a strike to Toller as he did go around, and the count now full. So Hollingsworth has gone full on the first two batters. His 3-2 pitch here in the top of the first inning is taken outside corner, called strike 3. So there's your first out of the ball game. 1 out, 1 on for Gavin Gibson. Gibson, the starting third baseman, wears number 8. He'll bat left against the righty. We'll set the defense after this first pitch, and it's across the plate, called a strike. 0-1. Defensively, Sam Vaughn at third base, Ethan Booker at short, Colton Hudgens at second, Gavin Franklin at first, Caleb Johnson behind the plate catching. 0-1 pitch, breaking ball popped up left side of the infield. Booker is there, and he will make the catch at short for out number 2. So 2 gone with 1 on. And in the outfield, left to right for Alabama, Jonah Winston, younger brother of Jameis Winston, who plays quarterback for Tampa Bay, also played for the Florida State Seminoles. Jay Fuller is in center. Brody Black is over in right. 2 outs, 1 on for Ezra Taylor. And the first pitch, a wild pitch, and that's going to get the runner to second base. So McConnell now in scoring position with 2 outs. Back to your shout-outs at 352-258-8450. This one says, go Cooper Summerlin and Coach Jamie. Don't forget, let us know who you are when you send the shout-outs. All of our broadcasts are archived, so that way when they go back and watch the game, they'll know who sent the shout-out. That one misses for ball 2. Here's a shout-out to Gavin Franklin. Let's go Alabama. Next pitch. That's in there for a strike. And the count now 2 balls and 1 strike with 2 outs. Top of the first. No score. And the next pitch to Taylor. That's taken outside. Well, outside corner for a strike. And the count evens at 2-2. Another shout out. Way to go, Ethan Booker. The Blackburns are cheering you on from home. Thank you, guys. Swing and a miss. Good pitch by Hollingsworth. He kept it low and away from Taylor. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Hollingsworth, and that will do it for North Carolina in the first. No runs, no hits, no errors, a walk, and a runner left on base at second. We've completed a half inning of play. It's North Carolina 0. Alabama coming to the plate right after this timeout on JockJive.com.
Just about all Wayne Jones counting. Diving catch. Good Here's a shot towards deep short. Kraft got it long. Throw over, and he got it.
Mike Rideout back here in Oxford, Alabama, as we head to the bottom of the first inning. North Carolina failed to score in the top of the first. And Jonah Winston will lead it off. I mentioned Jonah Winston, the younger brother of former Florida State quarterback and now with the Tampa Bay Bucks, Jameis Winston. Also, Baker Davis, his uncle Russ, plays for the Yankees, pitched for the Yankees. And Joe Webb, who is the quarterback for the Carolina Panthers, his nephew is Devin Ford. So they've got some athleticism in the blood here for this Alabama team. Also speaking with Kevin Hudgens, the manager for Alabama, he was telling me that because Jameis Winston has signed a big Nike deal, Jameis was able to outfit this Alabama team in Nike gear. Good thing that we are playing baseball and not football. Both teams wearing the red and white. Once again, our shout-out number, 352-258-8450, 352-258-8450 if you want to send a shout-out. Send your shout-outs in via text message. So here's Jonah Winston to lead it off. Where's number 14? Starting in left field. Defensively for North Carolina, Dylan Howell is on the mound. He's a left-hander. Talon McConnell is behind the plate catching. First pitch from Howell. It's a fastball inside corner called strike one. Around the horn defensively, Gavin Gibson at third base, Tucker Payton at short, Xavier Toller at second, Zeke Bolin at first. And the outfield left to right, Ryan Wofford, Mikey Flowers, and Ezra Taylor. The next pitch. That one is also, called a ball. Hard to tell by the body language of this umpire if it's going to be a ball or a strike. Still kind of getting to know him and his call. Wind blowing out and left to right here at the ballpark. 225 all the way around. The next pitch in there for a strike. Once again, folks, make sure you send your shout-outs in. I'm getting a phone call, but make sure you send your shout-outs via text message. Can't answer the phone on the air, so send your shout-outs via text message, 352-258-8450. Next pitch to Winston, swing and a miss. And Jonah is out on strikes for the first out of the inning.
Now to bat, number 20, Jay Fuller.
One out for the center fielder, Jay Fuller. No score here in the bottom of the first inning. And the pitch, breaking ball in there for a strike, 0-1. Good curveball that time from Dylan Howell. Also, the bad part about these press boxes having no windows that you can open, not only for our sake and being able to use a microphone for a crowd mic that we can put outside. There's a bunch of people in this press box. It's getting warm in here. We would be hurting if the AC went down. Yeah, I don't want to jinx us because that's what happened a few years ago. We were at a ballpark, beautiful facility, similar to this. And first day, guess what? The AC went out, and you could not open any windows. Jay Fuller working with an 0-2 count and one out. Let's get back to your shout-outs at 352-258-8450. Send them via text message as this pitch is taken high and inside for a ball. Go Stanley from the Stanley 12 and under All-Stars. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Another shout-out. Go Stanley. We love you, boys, especially Coach Summerlin and Cooper Summerlin. Love Popsy, Melly, JoJo, Kelsey, and Luca from the beach at Southport, North Carolina. This pitch inside for a ball, 2-2 the count. Another shout out. Go Ezra Taylor from Chandler Brown. So, again, our sincere apologies. We don't have any crowd noise to go, but we have requested that maybe they drill a hole and give us an opportunity to put a crowd mic in. I'm not going to give up hope that we can have one at some point in the tournament, as that pitch works the count full now, 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bases empty, bottom of the first. Alabama and North Carolina scoreless here in the AAA World Series. Next pitch fouled back to the screen. Our shout out, Jacket J, watching from Hueytown, Alabama. Danielle and Jake. Appreciate it, guys. Next pitch to Fuller. That's down in the dirt for ball 4. So a 1-out walk, which will send up Caleb Johnson. Johnson, the starting catcher. Another shout out, go Team Alabama from South Bibb. You got this, boys. Go Stanley from the Messers. Howell from the stretch in his first pitch. That is taken on the outside corner for strike 1. Another shout out, good luck Baker from Aunt Wendy and Uncle Gene. We're watching from McCullough. If I get any of your names wrong, just send it to me phonetically, and I'll do it again. As that one is a good pitch, a curveball that Johnson had to go low to try and connect and wasn't able to do so. So Johnson behind in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. 1 out with a runner at first. Howell from the stretch, and his next pitch. That one's in the dirt, and it's going to bounce away, go to the backstop, and that will allow Fuller to go to second on the wild pitch. So both teams have had a runner in scoring position here in the first inning. North Carolina got their leadoff guy on, got him to second, but couldn't score. As that pitch is down low for a ball. And that evens the count at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out and 1 on. Another shout out goes Stanley and Ryan Wofford from Graham. Appreciate it. If you want to send a shout out, send it via text message 352-258-8450. Popped up into shallow right field. It will drop for a base hit. The runner's rounding third, but he'll put the brakes on and head back to third, but the throw gets away. Here comes the runner. He slides in safely. Fuller will score. Alabama takes the lead, and on the play, Johnson will move over to third base. So it'll be a hit and then an error. And Alabama strikes first.
Number 52, Ethan Booker.
1 out with a runner at third. For the shortstop, Ethan Booker. Timeout call by North Carolina. Our next shout out, good luck Stanley from the Stanley 8-year-old All-Star team. Let's go Ryan Wofford. Drew and Mom are cheering for you. Thank you, guys. Go Cooper from the Stanley 11 and under All-Stars. Go Stanley boys. Hard work pays off. Now let it rip from Tyler Champagne and Friends. Tyler Champagne and Friends. Thanks to all the shout-outs, guys. We appreciate it. Keep them coming. Send them via text message to 352-258-8450. 352-258-8450. Booker with a chance to make it 2-0. Fouls it back. 1-0 Alabama here in the bottom of the first inning. Game scheduled for 6. Howell from the stretch, his next pitch. Good pitch, breaking ball, swing and a miss. Booker now working with 2 strikes. Another shout out. Good luck, Baker Davis and team from friends in Louisville, Kentucky. That one's set up on the outside corner, and it's called a strike as it nips the black there for Howell for the second out of the inning. Big strikeout for out number 2. 2 gone for Baker Davis, the number 5 hitter in the order, number 17. One nothing Alabama here in the bottom of the first. Winner of this game will play the winner of the Oxford, Alabama versus Spring Hill, Florida game, as this one's fouled off out of play. Winners will play tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Losers will play tomorrow afternoon locally at 5:45. Another shout out, go Team Alabama. The Fitzgeralds are cheering y'all on from Smith Lake. Next pitch from Howell in there for a strike, and Davis behind in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 outs with a runner at third. Jay Fuller has scored. He walked and ended up scoring on a hit and then an error. Johnson singled and then went to third on the air. He's at third base as the next pitch is high and away for a ball. Another shout out. You can do this. Watching from North Carolina, Nicholas Stutzman. Another shout out. Go Ezra from your friend from school. This is, okay, Chandler Brown. Thank you, Chandler. Next pitch. Swing and a miss. Good pitch from Howell as it kind of tailed away from Davis. Howell ends up striking out the side, but Alabama with a run on a hit and an error, also a walk. And at the end of 1, it's Alabama 1, North Carolina nothing here on JockJive.com.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. Hurts two on his set.
And that one is hit on the road to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State? It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Welcome back to Oxford, Alabama. As we head to the top of the second inning, North Carolina will send up batters 5, 6, and 7 against pitcher Max Hollingsworth, who walked 1 and struck out 2 in the first. Back to your shout-outs at 352-258-8450. Send them in via text message. This is from Jack Devitt on the North Carolina 8 and under team. Good luck, Sharks. We're rooting for you. Hashtag win together. Another shout-out. Go Ryland and team. Play your best, and y'all will always be winners. We are rooting for you here in North Carolina. Hugs and kisses, Aunt Anita. Another shout-out. Go Zeke. The whole house is watching. Love, Mom. Thank you, Mom. Go Alabama from Dallas, North Carolina. Dylan Howell leads it off. Starting pitcher for North Carolina. First pitch was a ball from Hollingsworth. The 1-0 delivery. Swing and a miss. Good pitch. Count evens at 1-1. Taking a look at the teams that are here in the AAA World Series and where they're from. Again, in our game here, as that one is swung on and missed for strike 2. You've got Stanley, North Carolina, and Hueytown, Alabama. Also, Texarkana East, Arkansas. Spring Hill, Florida. Swainsboro, Georgia. As the next pitch is, well, he lost his bat, but the ball hit out of play, a foul ball. Remains 1-2. Metairie Girard, I'm not sure. I have to get a pronunciation on that. Metairie Girard, Louisiana. Greene County, Mississippi. Hartsville, Northern South Carolina. Loretto, Tennessee. Bullard, Texas. And Prince Edward, Farmville, Virginia. Of course, the host team, Oxford, Alabama, as that one misses outside for ball 2. And the count now 2-2 strikes. Those are the teams in the AAA World Series. Now, to your left of the monitor, out towards left field and out towards the left past the tent that you can see there, that's where the Ozone and Majors World Series are taking place. Full count now for Howell. And the 3-2 pitch misses outside for ball 4. Second consecutive inning that North Carolina's gotten their leadoff guy on base.
Now batting, number 11, Tucker Payton.
So the tying run aboard for Tucker Payton, the shortstop. They are faced over there in the Ozone and Majors World Series as that one is swung on. He got a piece of it and fouled off with the same situation we're in. They don't have windows that open in the press box, so no crowd mics over there either. But thankfully, you guys have a picture. You got a little video to go with the audio that we're providing, and we'll make it through it. That one is taken high for a ball. And the count now 2-1 to Tucker Payton. Starting shortstop. Howell on at first base. Timeout called by Alabama. They will have a conference on the mound. Let's go back to your shout-outs at 352-258-8450. Good luck, Cooper. Go Stanley from Seth Massey. Thank you, Seth. Another shout-out. Go Ezra. Say hi to your hot mom for me. Ezra Gastonia is pulling for you. Another shout-out. Go Stanley. That's from Chandler Brown. Go Bama. We are proud of you. Coach Jeremy Brown and family watching from Oak Grove, Alabama. Go Dylan. You got this. We're cheering you on for the Baileys. Go Stanley from Randy and Noah Rimmer. If you want to send a shout-out, that's how it's done. Send it via text message to area code 352-258-8450. Just note, that's the number for all games on Field 1. If your team plays on Field 2, Jason Thompson is handling the play-by-play, and it will be a different shout-out number. But at least for this game, that's the number. Next pitch to Payton. In there for a strike. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out with a runner at first. The 2-2 pitch. It's taken outside, ball 3. Good eye there by Payton. Full count. North Carolina and Alabama on this field. Oxford, Alabama, and Florida on another. There's ball 4 and 2 on with nobody out for Stanley, North Carolina. That sends up Zeke Bolin. Bowling, the starting first baseman. A swing and a miss. Strike 1. Here's a shout out, but a little nugget. Jeremy Brown, former Oakland A's catcher, coached the 9-year-olds on Alabama team. Jonah Winston, Baker Davis, and Sam Vaughn to add to the talent in Hueytown, Alabama. So how about that? Jeremy Brown, former Oakland A's catcher, coached the 9-year-olds in Alabama. Thank you for that. Zeke Bolin takes a strike on the outside corner and falls behind in the count. It's 1-2. Runners at first and second with nobody out for North Carolina. As the next pitch is fouled back on the breaking ball. Remains 1-2. Next shout out is for Ezra from Grandmom and Grandpop in Selinsgrove, Pennsylvania. Thank you, guys. Next pitch. That one is grounded past the first baseman. That'll be a base hit into right field. And rounding third, that'll get the tying run home. RBI single for Zeke Bolin. Scoring on the play is Dylan Howell. Tucker Payton moves to third, and we're all tied at 1 apiece. Still nobody out for North Carolina. Lefty-lefty matchup. Righty-lefty matchup, The first pitch is popped up into center field. Diving attempt by Fuller. He can't come up with it. That'll be a base hit. An RBI single for Mikey Flowers. And for the first time, North Carolina has the lead. 2-1 here in the second. Good effort out there by Jay Fuller. Just wasn't able to make the play. That will send up Cooper Summerlin. Timeout now as the home plate umpire is... Okay, the coach had called timeout to see if he could go check on his center fielder who dove for the ball out there in center field. He's on his feet, so it looks like he's okay, but they'll go out there and check him out just to make sure he's okay. Another shout out. This one says, never seen so many 10-year-old left-handed hitters. There's been a few of them, hasn't there? Looks like Jay is okay. Well, you can't beat the scenery, that's for sure. It looks like mountains in the background here. Well, another coach is heading to the mound to talk with Max Hollingsworth, and that's going to be it for Hollingsworth. So a pitching change. We'll take a break. We'll tell you about the new pitcher when we come back. Alabama making a pitching change here in the second inning. And we'll return to Oxford, Alabama right after this timeout on JockJive.com.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. Her 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
The new pitcher for Alabama is number 44, Sam Vaughn, who was the third baseman. He's a right-hander. Hollingsworth pitches 1+. There are no outs in the inning. He allowed 2 runs so far. He's responsible for the runners on at first and second. He walked 3 and struck out 2. And he will face the number 9 hitter in the order, Cooper Summerlin, already 2 runs in for Stanley, North Carolina. North Carolina with a 2-1 lead here in the second inning. Top of the second from Oxford, Alabama. Next shout-out, go Ryan and Stanley from the Bradys. Thank you, guys. First pitch misses for ball 1. Next pitch misses for ball 2. 2-0 the count to Cooper Summerlin. That one's up high for ball 3. So Vaughn falling behind in the count. 3 balls and no strikes to Cooper Summerlin. By the way, the pitching rules for this tournament, and this might explain why Max Hollingsworth came out of the game. Hollingsworth, as that misses for ball 4, Hollingsworth threw 39 pitches. If you throw between 0 and 40 pitches, you can come back without any rest. If you throw 41 pitches up to 65, you need 36 hours rest. If you throw 66 plus, you need 48 hours rest, and you can throw no more than 75 in a game. Ryan Wofford, the batter, as he fouls it back for strike 1. The bases are loaded with nobody out for North Carolina. Howell and Payton have scored. Bolin at third, Flowers at second, Summerlin at first. That pitch in there for a strike to Ryan Wofford, and the count 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. The right-hander Vaughn from the stretch. His 0-2 pitch, a little bit high for a ball, 1-2. Next shout-out, good luck Team Alabama from Alex and Billy Guthrie, ESB Travel, Hueytown, Alabama. Thank you, guys. Ezra, you make us so proud. Go North Carolina. Ben and Benjamin Lunsford, Fallon, Jake, Scott, and Shane. If you want to send a shout-out, send it via text message, 352 area code 258-8450. The next pitch, called strike 3 on the outside corner. I noticed, now it's been consistent, but I've noticed that this umpire has got a pretty big strike zone. That is the 3rd strikeout for Alabama pitching. The first for Vaughn, as this one is hit over to third base, and a nice catch. Line drive to the pitcher, throwback to third was not in time. That was Lucas Michael that lined out. Carter Roberts is the batter with 2 outs. And the first pitch is taken for ball 1. Next pitch to Roberts. By the way, another lefty. This is for ball 2. Well, there is no room for Carter Roberts. Bases loaded as he fouls this one back for strike 1. 2-1 the count. 2 runs in for North Carolina. Stanley, North Carolina leading it 2-1 in the top of the second. Game scheduled for 6. Top of the order on deck for North Carolina. The next pitch. That's inside for a ball. And the count now 3-1. The 3-1 pitch from Vaughn. That's popped up into right center. Base hit. 1 run will score. They're waving home a second run. No, he's going to hold at third. And probably a good idea. Good strong throw from the outfield. But an RBI single by Carter Roberts to give North Carolina a 3-1 lead. Everyone up a base. Base is still loaded for Talon McConnell. So we head back to the top of the order. The starting catcher, where's number 20? McConnell walked his first at bat, was left stranded at second in the first inning. First pitch fouled back to the screen for strike one. Ninth batter to come to the plate here in the second inning for North Carolina. The 0-1 pitch to McConnell. Swung on, popped up into right center, and that's going to get down for a base hit. 2 runs are going to score. Here comes run number 3. The throw instead will go to third, and they're going to get the runner out at third, but they will count the run that scores at home plate. So a bases clearing double for Talon McConnell, and then he is thrown out over at third base for the third and final out. But 3 more runs come across the plate for North Carolina. What an inning for them. And at the end of an inning and a half, it's now North Carolina 6, Alabama 1. We'll return to Oxford, Alabama right after this timeout here on JockJive.com.
Just about all Wayne Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Again. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Crafts got it. Long throw over, and he got it.
There you go. Hey. I think he puts this.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, stand by, folks. We have some defensive changes here.
This is Alabama, right? Alabama? Number 7 in right field. Cooper's going to right field. Okay. 22 is the first base. Okay. Thank you, Coach.
Defensive changes for North Carolina.
All right. Cooper Summerlin.
Number 7, Cooper Summerlin, has gone into right field. And number 22, Carter Roberts, has gone to first base. 6-1. Alabama trails after leading 1-0 in the first inning. Back to your shout-outs at 352-258-8450. Go Tucker, Zeke, and the whole North Carolina team. Andrew Wells watching from Gastonia, North Carolina. Go Zeke Bolin. We missed you here in North Carolina. Number 24 for life. Don't forget, guys, let us know who you are when you send the shout-out. Another one says, "You've got this, Alabama." Let us know who you are when you send the shout-out. So that way when the players go back and watch the game, they'll know who sent the shout-outs in. Here's a shout-out to Michael Flowers from Papa and Mama. Keep banging it down, boy. What? 352-258-8450 is the shout-out number. Gavin Franklin will lead it off, the starting first baseman against Dylan Howell. First pitch from the lefty to the righty. It's taken outside, low and outside, ball 1. Franklin, the starting first baseman, but yeah, he's still at first base. I know that Dylan Howell, or rather Sam Vaughn, was the third baseman when he came in to pitch. Not a full swing there, but Franklin does go around, and that will even the count at 1-1 strike. Bottom of the second, Alabama down 5 here in the Dixie Youth Baseball AAA World Series. Opening day, Grounded right side. That's going to get into right field for a base hit. Leadoff single for Gavin Franklin. You can hear Jason Thompson in the background. He's handling the play-by-play of the Oxford, Alabama versus Spring Hill, Florida game. At the end of this half inning, I'll walk over and get a score. Keep you updated because the winner and loser of that game will play the winner and loser of this game. Max Hollingsworth, the batter, the starting pitcher. Hollingsworth threw 39 pitches. He'll take a strike, 0-1. Next pitch. That's in the dirt, but a nice stop by McConnell behind the plate. Evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out with a runner at first for Alabama. Howell from the stretch and his next pitch. Breaking ball outside, 2-1. Our next shout out, way to go, Gavin. Let's go, Alabama, from Uncle Kenya. Howell delivers inside for a strike. And the count now 2-2. Dylan Howell looking for his 4th strikeout of the game. He struck out 3 in the first. And this one fouled back to the screen. Another shout out. Let's go Stanley from the Staffords. Timeout called. And McConnell will go out to the mound to talk with Dylan Howell. Alabama scored a run on a hit and an error after a 1-out walk in the bottom of the first inning. But North Carolina answered in a big way with 6 runs in the top of the second. We're scheduled for 6. There is a mercy rule in effect, 10 runs after 4. Next pitch, curveball hit over to second. And the second baseman, Toller, will tag out the runner. His throwback to first is not in time, but they do get the out, the force out. 4 unassisted, fielder's choice for Hollingsworth.
Now batting number 2, Brody Black.
And with 1 out and 1 on, that will send up Brody Black. Also, our mercy roll, 15 runs after 3. 10 runs after 4. Brody Black, the starting right fielder. 6-1, Alabama trails in the bottom of the second inning. That next pitch in there for a strike. And the count evens at 1-1. Howell from the stretch and his 1-1 delivery. That one lined past the glove of the first baseman into right field. And the throw to second, they got him out at second base. Great play there on the 9-6 fielder's choice. So no base hit for Brody Black. It was tough because of the line drive. Hollingsworth may have thought that the first baseman had an opportunity to make the play. That may have delayed it just enough. You know, we're starting to see this more and more at this level, that you're going to see guys in the outfield throw runners out, not only at second base, but first. Probably the best play that I've seen is as this ball is grounded to first, but right to the first baseman. Colton Hudgens grounds out for the 3rd out of the inning. I did see someone one time in center field throw a guy out at first base. That's tough on a hit into the outfield. So that's going to do it for Alabama. They fail to score in the second. We head to the top of the 3rd. It's North Carolina 6, Alabama 1 here in the AAA World Series. Back with more right after this on JockJive.com.
There was no runs on 1 hit.
frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. Her 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. 2nd and 1.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Batters 2, 3, and 4 due up for North Carolina in the top of the 3rd inning. Xavier Toller will lead it off against Sam Vaughn. First pitch. That is taken for ball 1. Toller 0 for 1, struck out looking his first at bat. North Carolina with 6 runs in the 2nd inning for this 5-run lead. We're scheduled for 6. This one is fouled off to even the count at 1-1. Here's another shout out. This is to Toller, number 74, from Brandon and Matt. Thank you, guys. Next shout out, wishing you Stanley boys all the best from Gaston Pest Solutions. The 1-1 pitch. It's outside for ball 2, 2-1. Well, folks, don't forget to like JockJive on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. We're trying to reach 10,000 Facebook likes and 1,000 Twitter followers this summer. We need your help to get there. And when you like us on Facebook, we keep you updated on score schedules, game status, and so much more. Next pitch, inside corner. Called strike. 2-2. Could have noted the large strike zone by this home plate umpire. Timeout called by Toller as he steps out.
Two substitutions for Alabama.
Next pitch. That's taken outside for a ball. And the count full now, 3-2. Substitution for Alabama. Number 8, Devin Ford, has gone into right field. That's ball 4 to Toller. And also now catching, number 36, Ethan England. Your 2 defensive changes for Alabama. 3rd consecutive inning that North Carolina has gotten their leadoff guy on via the walk. Runner at first with nobody out. And the next batter, Gavin Gibson, with a swing and a miss, strike 1. Gibson 0 for 1 with a pop-up to short. Vaughn from the stretch, and the next pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-2 the count. Next shout out, let's go Stanley. A shout out from the Walker family. Vaughn delivers inside for a ball. And the count 1-2. Trying to nip the corner there, but just missed inside. Next shout out, let's go Gavin Franklin. Go Alabama. Love you, Uncle Kenya, Amy, Holden, and Aubrey. Thank you, guys. Next pitch to Gibson. Called strike 3 for the first out of the inning. Second strikeout for Sam Vaughn. And that sends up the starting right fielder, number 2, Ezra Taylor. He is also a strikeout victim. Struck out on a 2-2 pitch in the first inning. He'll take strike one. 1 out, 1 on for North Carolina. They lead by 5, 6-1. Vaughn delivers high and away. Evens the count at 1-1. Also, after today's game is over, you can watch the action again and again on JockJive.com. Go to the same spot you watch the live coverage and watch the archives. Or if you want a DVD of any copy during the World Series, $10 per game. DVDs are $10 per game plus shipping and handling. Just email info@jockjive.com. This one lifted into right field. The right fielder coming, but he won't get to it. And that'll be a base hit to put 2 on with 1 out.
Now batting number 1, Dylan Howell.
Dylan Howell will be the batter. He walked and scored his first at bat. Next shout out, go Team Alabama. We are so proud of you guys. Again, let us know who you are. As the next pitch evens the count, 1-1 to Dylan Howell. 6-1 North Carolina. They've got 2 on with 1 out. Another shout out goes Stanley from the Benson family. That pitch taken low and outside for a ball. Here's a shout out to Rusty Taylor, the first base ump from Harris, watching from East Texas. Thank you for that. Next pitch grounded to second, knocked down at second, but the throw by Hudgens will be late. And that will be an infield hit and then an error that allows the runners to come home. And Hudgens is very upset at second as he throws his glove to the ground. So an infield hit and then an E4. And North Carolina makes it 7-1. Runners at second and third with 1 out for Tucker Payton. First pitch to the left-hander, taken high for ball 1. Another shout-out, go Gavin from Doug in Birmingham. This one hit into right field, base hit. 1 run will score, and they're going to hold the other runner at third as the throw gets away, but not far enough to advance the runner. That's an RBI single for Tucker Payton, and it's now 8-1 North Carolina.
Batting number 24, Zeke Bowler.
Runners on the corners for Zeke Bolin, who singled in a run his first at bat. And here comes Alabama's manager. That may be it for Sam Vaughn. He has struggled a bit in this inning, giving up 3 consecutive hits. He's also walked a batter in the inning. And they are going to make a change. That's going to be it for Sam Vaughn. We'll take a break, tell you about the new pitcher when we come back. 8-1, North Carolina leads Alabama in the top of the third here on JockJive.com.
Just about all Wayne Jones County. Diving catch is shortstop. Gross. Yeah. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Perhaps got it. Long throw over, and he got it.
New pitcher will be Ethan Booker. He is a right-hander, number 52, the former shortstop. Vaughn went an inning and a third. Gave up 4 runs so far, responsible for the 2 runners on base. He walked 2 and struck out 2. Hollingsworth threw 39 pitches. Vaughn threw 36. Remember now, if you throw up to 40 or less, you can come back without any rest. But at the same time, you got to have somebody that can come in there and get you out of this inning. Because North Carolina, with 6 in the second and 2 here in the third, approaching that mercy rule. It's 10 runs after 4, and currently it's a 7-run lead. So Ethan Bucher will come in with runners on the corners. And 1 out. And Zeke Bolin, who has already singled in a run, will bat as the infield draws in as Bolin shows bunt, pulls the bat back, and takes ball 1. The runner will go to second and get there without a throw. First pitch, I think they call that a strike. So second and third for Bolin. Next pitch. That's up high for a ball. That evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 2 on, 2 runs in. North Carolina with an 8-1 lead. We're in the top of the third, game scheduled for 6. This is swing and a miss. Big cut there by Bolin, and he's behind in the count 1-2. Another shout out goes Stanley. So proud from Mike. Nope, not going to get me on that one. As this pitch is inside corner, called strike 3. Bolin caught looking for the second out of the inning. 2 gone for Mikey Flowers. Another shout out. Slam it, North Carolina from Clyde and Tammy. Goes Stanley from Phil, Ott, and Mason. That pitch way up high for ball 1. Once again, folks, if you'd like to send a shout-out, send it via text message, area code 352-258-8450. As the next pitch is in there on the outside corner for a called strike. That will even the count at 1-1. That pitch called strike 2. Ethan Bucher looking for back-to-back strikeouts. The 1-2 pitch. That one almost hit him. In fact, it did. Flowers did his best to get out of the way of it, but still got hit by the pitch. And let's hope he's okay. He's down on his side, slow to get up. That's going to load the bases for North Carolina. Cooper Summerlin will be the batter, but right now the concern for Mikey Flowers, trying to shake it off. May have had the wind knocked out of him as he's got his hands on his helmet. He's going to stretch out that left leg. I'm not exactly sure where that hit him, below the belt or maybe just above the belt. but he did give a thumb up. Yep, he's good to go. So the base is loaded with 2 outs for Cooper Summerlin, who walked and scored his first at bat. Another shout out. Proud of you, Gavin. Aunt Lois in Birmingham. Another shout out. What, Stanley? You the best. Coach Summerlin, I'm taking you out on the town if y'all get the W. Love, Uncle JoJo. Thank you, Uncle JoJo. So ready to resume now with the number 9 hitter in the order to bat, Cooper Summerlin. First pitch taken high and away for ball 1 by Summerlin. Next shout out. This is to Ezra from Gas House. Latoya and Shamika. Next pitch, a little bit high and outside for ball 2, 2-0. Next pitch, ground ball, right side, and a nice play by the pitcher coming over Booker to the bag for the third and final out. But North Carolina does plate a couple more runs. And as we head to the bottom of the third, it's now North Carolina 8, Alabama 1 here on JockJive.com.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. Hurts 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on the road to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Mike Rada back here in Oxford, Alabama, as we head to the bottom of the third inning. 8-1 our score. We have a new left-hander, or excuse me, a new left fielder. And I'm just looking, I think we have a new pitcher as well. We do. As Dylan Howell went 2 innings today, but that will be it for Howell. The new pitcher is number 11, Tucker Payton. Tucker Payton to the mound, and number 21, Lucas Michael to left field. You know, it may come as a surprise to you how affordable it is to have JockJive Sports provide coverage of your sporting event or sports team with quality streaming offering a national and international platform to show off your school or sport. We produce everything from youth sports to NCAA Division I, literally from every part of this country, large productions or small. Tiny venues are huge. We can and have done them all. To put JockJive Sports to work for you, email info@jockjive.com. as the first pitch to Devin Ford is taken down low for ball one.
Number 21 playing left field.
That pitch called a strike to even the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out, nobody on. We're in the bottom of the third, game scheduled for 6. North Carolina up 7, 8-1. Next pitch in there for strike 2 to Ford. Devin Ford, his uncle, is the quarterback of the Carolina Panthers, Joe Webb. As that pitch is taken outside for a ball. And the count evens at 2-2. Our next game scheduled for a 5:45 local start. This one's found back here on field 1. It will be Louisiana and South Carolina. 2-2 the count to Ford. Another shout out goes Stanley from the Ford family. Thank you, guys. Go Alabama. We are super proud of you, from Ian Dabbs and family and Tank. That pitch taken up high for a ball, and the count now full. Another shout out, go North Carolina. Go Ezra Taylor from Uncle David Colvin in Willow Creek, Nevada. Watching live on JockJive. Thank you for that. Bouncing ball over to second. And the throw low. That'll be an error on the second baseman. Runner will be safe at first base. Ball was fielded cleanly, but just a bad throw. Alabama with a runner on for Sam Vaughn. Here's a shout out to North Carolina. You guys are doing a great job, from the local milk people in Gastonia. Thank you, guys. Another shout out to our favorite number 20, Jay Fuller. Go Team Alabama. Bring it home, boys. Love the McMahon family. We're going to post scores of every game on the JockJive Facebook page. At least here in the AAA, we'll have them updated after every game. So if you haven't already done so, like us on Facebook. And then feel free to send your shout-outs and best wishes when we post the final scores of games. The next pitch to Vaughn. That one is taken on the outside corner for a strike. 1-1 the count. The 1-1 pitch. That one is down the middle. Called strike 2. Thanks again to all the shout-outs. If you want to send a shout-out, send it via text message to area code 352-258-8450, 352-258-8450. That pitch just missed outside to even the count at 2-2. Next shout out, let's go, boys. Y'all can come back. Team Alabama, y'all have fought hard to get where y'all are at, from the Fitzgeralds. Next one fouled off. Count remains 2-2 to the number 11 hitter in the order, Sam Vaughn. Devin Ford at first base with nobody out. Alabama down 7, 8-1. Next pitch from Peyton. Inside, he brushed him off with a fastball for a 3-2 count. Next shout out, go Ryan and Team North Carolina. You guys are playing great. Anita, Matthew, Nathan, and team from Apex, North Carolina. Timeout called. Next pitch from Peyton to Vaughn. Swing and a miss. No, excuse me. He got a piece. No, he did. The catcher caught it. So foul tip. McConnell is able to hold on to it. I didn't really, again, with no crowd noise, no way of knowing, hearing that he got a piece of it. Sometimes you can hear with our crowd mics, and as I've explained at the top of the broadcast, unfortunately, when they built these press boxes, they built them where you can't open a window. As a line drive to the shortstop is caught. So Vaughn strikes out, and Ethan England lines out to short for the second out of the inning. 2 outs for Jonah Winston. Back to the top of the order for Alabama. Not sure what the home plate umpire is saying to Jonah Winston. By the way, your umpires once again, Michael Caminita behind the plate, Rusty Taylor at first, Jim Bailey at second, Silas Fontenot at third. 2 outs with a runner at first. Alabama down 7 here in the third inning. Next pitch, fastball, brushes him off the plate inside for ball 1. Jonah, the younger brother of former Florida State quarterback and current Tampa Bay Bucks quarterback Jameis Winston, who I understand is going to be coming in tomorrow to watch him play. This pitch is in the dirt for a ball, and the count 2-0. Next shout out, you guys are playing great from the East Gaston Booster Club. That pitch taken low for a ball. Here we go, Stanley, North Carolina. Love all you boys from Gabe, Trish, and Caleb Taylor. That last pitch missed for a ball, so Winston ahead in the count, 3-0. He struck out his first at bat. The 3-0 pitch. Swung on, grounded off the glove of the third baseman over to the shortstop who has no throw. That'll be an error at third base. Well, that was a 3-0 pitch that Winston swung at. It worked out for him as there's 2 on with 2 outs for Jay Fuller, the center fielder. Fuller walked and scored back in the first inning. The only run today for Alabama. Tucker Payton from the stretch. And the first pitch. Fastball low and away, ball 1. Alabama with 1 in the bottom of the first. North Carolina with 6 in the second, 2 in the third. And building this 8-1 lead. But Alabama threatening with 2 outs, 2 on. Next pitch, that's there for a strike. Evens the count at 1-1. Don't forget, folks, send your shout-outs via text message. Don't call the number. Send it via text message. As this one is lifted into shallow center field, about mid-center field. It goes off the glove of the center fielder. Well, he probably should have had that one. That'll be an error. And this throw to the plate, not in time. 2 runs will score on the play, and Alabama down 8-3. Three errors in the inning have benefited Hueytown. Also on the play, Fuller goes to second. Timeout call by North Carolina. North Carolina had been kind of cruising right along, up 7, but those are 2 big runs here for Alabama Let's get back to your shout-outs at 352-258-8450. Send them via text message, please. Go North Carolina. Love all you boys. Mo Lister. Nice hit, Jay. Check that speed. Go Bama. Keep working hard, Alabama. Good luck from the Pickens. Another shout-out. Keep it going, Hueytown. That's from the Blackburns. Caleb Johnson, the batter. He singled his first at bat.
Now batting number 12, Caleb Johnson.
First pitch to Johnson. Swung on, ground ball to the shortstop. The throw across will be in time. 6-3 put out, and the inning is over. But Alabama takes advantage of 3 North Carolina errors, and they score 2 runs. At the end of 3, it's now North Carolina 8, Alabama 3 here on JockJive.com.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. For 2 on his set.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
We move to the top of the 4th, and it's now 8-3 North Carolina. Score of interest from the other AAA game, Spring Hill, Florida, leading Oxford, Alabama, 3-0 in the 5th inning. Winner of that game plays the winner of this game tomorrow night at 8. The 2 losers will play tomorrow afternoon at 5:45. I'll have the call of the losers bracket game tomorrow at 5:45. Still to come at 5:45 today, Louisiana and South Carolina on this field. Virginia and Arkansas over on field 2. And then later, Texas, Tennessee, and Mississippi versus Georgia. Opening day of the 2017 Dixie Youth Baseball AAA World Series. For North Carolina, bottom of the order, Ryan Wofford will lead it off. As Ethan Booker finishes up now his warm-up tosses. If you need a sports fix 24/7, whether live or archive, you can get it on JockJive.com. We have multiple channels with multiple sporting events and shows from practically every level of competition. There's the ACCC, GCAA, Georgia Military Channel, Dixie Youth Baseball, Dixie Baseball, Georgia Highland Softball channels, and so much more. JockJive.com for those with an insatiable sports appetite. First pitch to Wofford was taken for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch lined off the glove of the pitcher over to the shortstop. The throw to first not in time. They'll go out there and check Booker to make sure he's okay. That'll be a base hit. And fortunately, he got that glove up there to deflect. So a base hit for Wofford. 4th consecutive inning that North Carolina has gotten their leadoff guy on. The first 3 times via the base on balls, but that was a hot shot back up the middle. Runner at first, nobody out for Lucas Michael, who lined out to the pitcher his first at bat. Another shout out, go Team Alabama. Keep bringing them in. Oh, we only go 1 through 12.
Yeah.
Or at one time? God, I get confused. That's a fly ball out. By the way, that was not Ryan Wofford that got the hit. McConnell. I just finished up the machine pitch and coach pitch World Series. You bat 1 through 12 the whole game, but at this level, you bat 1 through 12, and then you go to a 9-man rotation. That was Toller that flew out to right. McConnell, my apologies, who flew out or who got the base hit off the pitcher's glove. So Talon McConnell at first base with 1 out as Xavier Toller was out. And Gavin Gibson is the batter. So, again, we go 1 through 12. And then after we bat 1 through 12, we return to a 9-man rotation. A little confusing because it's not that way in machine pitch. You bat 1 through 12 the whole game. This pitch, a wild pitch, that's going to get the runner to second base. Gibson 0 for 2. He's popped up to short and struck out. That pitch taken a little bit low for a ball. And the count. Well, it's 2-1 on the scoreboard. We'll double check here. As the next pitch, check swing foul, third base side. Two balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Gibson out on strikes. 2 away. Good breaking ball there from Booker.
Now batting number 2, Ezra Taylor.
Sends up Ezra Taylor, who is 1 for 2 in the game. Next shout out, the Woffords are proud of Ryan and the whole North Carolina team. And that's from Sanford, North Carolina. This is popped up into shallow center field. In fact, the second baseman going back and right there on the edge of the grass, not able to make the catch. That'll be an error, I believe. We'll wait for the official scorekeeper. Charles Jackson going to give him a hit. He did try to go back and make an over-the-shoulder grab, so an infield hit for Taylor. The run scored on the play. And North Carolina now leads it 9-3. That sends up Dylan Howell. Howell fouls this one back for strike 1. Back to your shout-out. So proud, Mikey Flowers, Mima, Papa, Roddy, and Aunt Crystal from Stanley, North Carolina. Another shout-out. Go get them, Ethan. Another shout-out. Nothing better than Stanley Baseball. Let's go, guys, from Gastonia, North Carolina. Great job, Stanley, North Carolina. Keep it up. Jody, Aiden, and Amy. Next pitch to Howell. That pitch inside for a ball. 9-3. North Carolina leads it. Batting in the top of the 4th. That pitch on the inside corner called strike 3, and the inning is over. So a couple of strikeouts for Booker as he gets out of a jam. He does give up 1 run. North Carolina gets 1 of the 2 back. And as we head to the bottom of the 4th, it's North Carolina 9, Alabama 3 here on JockJive.com.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. Her 2 on his set.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Welcome back to Oxford, Alabama. We head to the bottom of the fourth inning. 9-3, North Carolina leads Alabama. 4, 5, and 6 due up for Alabama. Let's get back to your shout-outs at 352-258-8450. Send them in via text message. Keep up the good work, Stanley, from Davis Jessen. Let's go North Carolina. Mama, Papa, and Teabag Spencer. Another shout-out. Go Stanley, Shane, and Sonia Woodward. We are proud of you, Carter Roberts, and the whole Stanley team. Mimi, Gigi, and Papa from Lumberton and Wilmington, North Carolina. Thank you, guys. Another shout-out. That a baby. John Michael. Good luck to Carter Roberts and the rest of the Stanley team from Aunt Julie, Bailey, and Hudson. Thank you, guys. Next shout-out. We love you, Hueytown. We're behind you all the way. Love y'all. Sharon and Clint. Go Hueytown. Another shout-out. Let's get some runs. That's from John Michael again. Ethan Booker leading it off. He struck out looking his first at bat. First pitch from Tucker Payton. And swung on and hit foul down the third base line. Just foul for strike one. North Carolina with 6 in the second, 2 in the third, 1 in the fourth. Alabama with 1 in the first, 2 in the third. 9-3, North Carolina leads Alabama here on the opening day of the AAA World Series. You're watching Dixie Youth Baseball from Oxford, Alabama, here on JockJive.com. And here comes the North Carolina manager again. I'm not sure how many pitches Tucker Payton has thrown. He came in the bottom of the third inning. He's got 24 pitches. Okay, so he's still in pretty good shape. You can throw up to 40 and come back without any rest. Just a quick visit. Payton may have gotten shaken up a little bit on that last pitch, but appears to be okay. First pitch, swing and a miss. Or the next pitch, rather. And the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Three 3-0, Georgia in the Majors World Series. Georgia leading 3-0, bottom of the 6th. As that next pitch is outside for a ball. That next pitch outside for a ball. 2-2 the count. Two balls, 2 strikes to Ethan Booker. The 2-2 pitch from Payton. Fastball, blows it by him, a swing and a miss, strike 3. Second strikeout for Payton. And with 1 out, That'll send up Baker Davis, who also was a K victim. Next shout out, go get him Ryan in North Carolina from Misty, Dayton, and Kinney. Go Stanley, we're proud of you boys from the Lucases, Papa and Mama in Hickory. Breaking ball a little bit outside for a ball. Want to know the count. Alabama trails 9-3. We're in the bottom of the fourth, game scheduled for 6. Next pitch is popped up into center field, base hit. One out single for Davis. His first hit of the day. And we'll send up Gavin Franklin, who singled his first at bat. Another shout out, go North Carolina Stanley boys. We are so proud of you. Dylan Howells wish we could be there in person. Kenneth, Juju, and Bailey. First pitch to the next batter. Franklin in there for strike one. Next shout out. Good job, Baker. Don't forget, when you send your shout outs, let us know who you are. Next pitch, breaking ball. That's lifted into right field. Base hit. First and second with one out for Alabama. Alabama scored 2 last inning, taking advantage of 3 errors. Now they've got back-to-back hits, hoping to plate at least 1 run here in the 4th inning. Another shout-out, go North Carolina, boom. Let's go North Carolina 10s for the North Carolina 13s. This one hit into left center field, base hit. They're going to wave home the run. The throw to the plate is up the first base line. It'll be a base hit for Max Hollingsworth. He'll take second on the throw. Baker Davis will score on the play, and it's now 9-4. So runners at second and third for Brody Black. Alabama starting to find their stride now a little bit. Only 1 out. Next shout out, good luck North Carolina. Go get them, Boomer, from Jeffrey and Brittany. That's going to be it for Tucker Payton. Another shout out, way to go Max. That's from the Blackburns. Way to go Baker. Love Aunt Wendy and Uncle Gene. We'll take a break. We'll tell you about the new pitcher when we come back. 9-4 our score. Alabama down 5, but threatening with 2 on and a pitching change coming up for North Carolina.
Just battle Wayne Jones County. Diving shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Klinsky. There is a shot towards deep short. Perhaps got it. Long throw over, and he got it.
All right, the new pitcher is number 74, Xavier Toller. He's a right-hander. And he comes in with runners at second and third. 1 out, 1 in for Alabama. Alabama trails 9-4. Game scheduled for 6. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Final score in the Majors World Series. Georgia 3, Louisiana nothing. Brody Black will be the batter. Reached on a fielder's choice on a ball that he hit to right field. It was a 9-6 fielder's choice as the right fielder threw Hollingsworth out at second. Hollingsworth is at second now, and the first pitch is hit left side to the shortstop. He knocks it down. His throw to first, not going to be in time. That'll be an error as the runner will, one run will score the hole, the other runner at third base. The ball initially went off the glove of the shortstop, and then he made a bad throw. 9-5, Alabama creeping back into it. Colton Hudgens, the number 9 hitter in the order, is due up, and then we'll head to the top of the order. First pitch, he tried to bunt it. Actually, he did get a piece of it and fouled it off for strike one. Next shout out, come on, Boomer, from Cooper Bailey. Come on, Hueytown. Keep it up. Leave it all on the field. Sharon and Clint. Another shout out from Uncle Chris. Go Jimmy in North Carolina. It says boo. They may have meant to say boom. I said boom the first time. This one hit over to third. The runner will hold at third. The throw across will be in time. Hudgens grounds out 5-3 for the second out of the inning. And back to the top of the order. Here's Jonah Winston. Winston 0 for 2 in the game. He has struck out and reached on an error. He's also scored. Another shout out, go Dylan Howell from Jake. Way to go Ezra from Uncle David. Toller from the stretch and the pitch. That one misses a little bit outside for ball one with the fastball. Another shout out, go Stanley and number 8 from the Marler and Kellers. Next pitch, taken for ball 2, 2-0.
Okay, thank you, Tug. This phone's not working, Charles.
The 2-0 pitch. Popped up, but this one will get out of play. Heads up over there, guys. Two and 1 the count to Jonah Winston. Hollingsworth at third base, Black at second. As the next pitch misses for a ball. And the count now 3-1. Alabama down 4. Tying run is on deck. Winston takes that one high and away for ball 4. The bases are loaded. I'll give Alabama credit as they were down 8-1. And right now, the tying run is at the plate. And Jay Fuller, who's looking for his first hit. He walked in the first and scored and reached on an error by the center fielder in the third inning. Toller from the stretch, his first pitch outside, ball 1. Another shout out, go Lucas, go North Carolina from Jackson Messer. Go Stanley from the McSwains. Another shout out, come on Bama, from Aunt Wendy and Uncle Gene. The pitch to Jay Fuller. This is for ball 2. There's no room for Fuller. The bases are loaded. Alabama hoping for a 2-out rally. Another shout out. You can do this, North Carolina. We believe in you, from Mel and Bobby. Swung on, ground ball right back to the pitcher. Toller's throw gets the force out at home. 1-2, fielder's choice, and the inning is over. But a couple more runs come across the plate for Alabama, and at the end of 4, it's now North Carolina 9, Alabama 5 here on JockJive.com.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. Her 2 on his set.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one.
In that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
We move to the top of the fifth. 9-5, North Carolina leads. Winner of this game will play the winner of the Florida-Oxford, Alabama game, and Florida leading that one 6-0. They've moved to the final inning over on field 2. Winners will play at 8 tomorrow. The losers will play at 5:45. Here in the in the top of the fifth, North Carolina will set up at her 6, 7, and 8. Back to your shout-outs. Go North Carolina. South Park Nation is cheering for the Stanley boys. Represent District 4. Go Team Red from Mindy and Mima, Peepaw, JoJo, and Boo Boo. Shout out to JockJive Sports for great coverage. Thanks for allowing us to cheer on our Hueytown boys. Let's go Team Alabama from the Fitzgerald. You're welcome. The only thing I wish we had was a crowd mic, but we are unable to open the windows because their windows don't open in the press box. It's a brand new facility, a beautiful facility. It's also a little warm in here. The AC is not at maximum level, and there's a bunch of people up here, so I hope that you guys are still able to enjoy the game even without the crowd mic. Another shout out goes Stanley from the Stanley Sevens All-Star team. Well, we're going to have a pinch hitter here for Tucker Payton. It will be number 23, Ryan Wofford. Wofford struck out his only at bat today. He swings and misses here.
I called and got it when I saw him do it out there. Well, I just talked to him.
Another shout out. Go Ezra Nene Cramerton. Two-strike pitch. Swing and a miss. Good pitch from Booker as it tailed away from Wofford. And he is out on strikes on 3 pitches. 1 out for Zeke Bolin. Bolin 1 for 2. He singled in a run back for the second inning. First pitch up high, ball 1. Currently up to 87 degrees in Oxford. And it's probably at least low 80s here in the press box. Zeke Bolin takes the ball. 2-1 the count. It's 85 in the press box. This is not the first time that happened. We were at a brand new facility in South Carolina for a World Series. Same thing. They constructed the press box as that one misses for ball 4. There were no windows in the press box, and their brand new AC unit broke. And we had no windows to open up, and we had no AC in the press box. So attention to all you architect majors out there. If you're going to make a baseball facility, you might want to have some windows you can open up. Runner at first with one out for North Carolina, as this one is fouled off by Mikey Flowers. Flowers singled in a run back in the second, also scored. Part of a 6-run second inning. North Carolina jumped out to an 8-1 lead. But Alabama has been able to piece together a couple of two-run innings. Popped up into shallow left field, base hit. Maybe. The throw to second, it's in time. So a 7, is that the shortstop or the left fielder that threw that ball? I couldn't see. That's the left fielder. So that'll be a 7-4 fielder's choice to get Bolin at second base. It's not a gimme. If you get a hit out in the right, center, or left, then it's going to be a base hit. That's the second out of the inning. Cooper Summerlin, the batter, and he fouls it off for strike one. Number 9 hitter in the order. Back to your shout-outs at 352-258-8450. Let's go boys from Caleb. Caleb, let us know which boys. There's Alabama and North Carolina out there today. 0-1 pitch. Foul back, strike 2. Another shout out, go Big Blue. Let's go Stanley from Stanley Blue Devils AYF football program. Who are we? Oh, 2 pitch with 2 outs. Kind of jammed him inside. Ground ball right back to the mound. And the throw by Booker. He wasn't sure if he was going to run it over there and throw it. And he will throw on to first base for the third and final out. North Carolina comes up empty here in the 5th. We head to the bottom of the 5th. It remains North Carolina 9, Alabama 5 here on JockJive.com.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. Her 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Alabama down 4 runs. Batters 3, 4, and 5 due up. Hueytown, Alabama, and Stanley, North Carolina here on the opening day of the Dixie Youth Baseball AAA World Series. Back to your shout-outs at 352-258-8450. Good job, North Carolina. Andrea Yates and Susan Smith. Caleb Johnson is 1 for 2 on the day. He'll take the first pitch from Xavier Toller outside for ball 1. Next pitch, a strike That pitch called a strike on the inside corner. Johnson thought it was inside for a ball, but he's now behind at the count, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out, nobody on. Alabama hoping to rally here in their last couple of innings. Popped up into center field. A few feet from the warning track. Flowers will make the catch out there in center field for out number 1. That might be the deepest ball that we've had hit so far. It's 225 all the way around. 225 feet. And that one was hit pretty close to the track. 1 out for Ethan Bucher. Bucher 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. This is popped up right side. The first baseman calling for it. And the catch will be made for out number 2. It's like a new first baseman there. That might be Dylan Howell now playing first base. 2 outs for Baker Davis. We have not had a 1-2-3 inning yet. Davis with a swing and a miss. Got fooled on that pitch. Strike 1. Davis 1 for 2. He singled his last at bat. Also has struck out today. Next pitch from Toller. Breaking ball, left it a little bit high to even the count at 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Check swing, called strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Another shout out. Let's go Baker Davis and team. The 1-2 pitch. That is taken outside for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs. Base is empty for Alabama. Xavier Toller looking to retire the side in order. I work from the stretch with the bases empty. The next pitch. That one misses outside for ball 3. Full count. Don't forget to like JockJive on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. We're trying to reach 10,000 Facebook likes and 1,000 Twitter followers this summer. We need your help to get there. That one way outside for ball 4. It just slipped out of his hand there. 2 outs, 1 on. That'll send up Gavin Franklin, who's 2 for 2. Both of Franklin's hits have been to right field. The first pitch in there for strike 1. Swing and a ground ball to third, but foul. Next shout out. Come on, Xavier, from Lucia in North Carolina. Or maybe that's Lucia, North Carolina. I don't know. Lucia. It's probably Lucia, North Carolina, huh? You never know. The 0-2 pitch. Up high for a ball, 1-2. Alabama trailing by 4. They've got a runner at first with 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 5th, game scheduled for 6. Opening day of the AAA World Series. The 1-2 pitch won't be made. Timeout was called by Franklin. They'll take a couple of swings. looking to go 3 for 3 on the day. Next pitch. That is across the plate for a called strike 3, and the inning is over. Big strikeout for Toller. That will do it for Alabama. No runs, no hits, no errors, a walk, and a runner left on base. We've completed 5. We head to the final inning of play. It's North Carolina 9, Alabama 5 here on JockJive.com.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. Her 2 on his assist.
And that one is hit on the rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Now we have a new pitcher for Alabama. It will be number 17. That is Baker Davis. Fourth pitcher used today by Alabama. And he'll face the top of the order with North Carolina leading it 9-5 over Alabama. Back to your shout-outs. Okay. It's I called it Lucia. It's pronounced Lucia. So thank you for the phonetics. Guys, if I get it wrong, that's what I'd like for you to do. Correct me phonetically. So it's pronounced Lucia, North Carolina. Lucia, not Lucia. Not L-U-C-I-A is, yes, it's not a person. Go Stanley from Big Tim. So thank you for that correction. Tyler McConnell will lead it off. Another shout-out, go North Carolina. You've got them on the ropes from Peter Juice. First pitch. Inside, McConnell has to dunk underneath it for ball 1. All right, so thanks to those of you who lets me know that it's Lucia, North Carolina. There's a strike. Over in the Florida game, it's now 11-0 Florida over the host team, Oxford, Alabama. Another shout-out. Let's go Gavin from Amy, Aubrey, and Holden. Go North Carolina from M.L. Walker and Company. Swing and a miss. Boy, he took a big stab at it and not able to connect. One and two the count. Final inning of play. North Carolina up 4. I'd love to get some insurance here. Another shout out goes Stanley from the 7 and under All-Star champions, Luke Brown. Baker Davis looking for his first strikeout. His 1-2 pitch. That went a little bit low for a ball, 2-2. Next shout out, go Ezra, go Stanley. Talon McConnell today has walked, doubled, and also has an infield hit. He'll take ball 3, full count. The 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Davis gets the strikeout for the first out of the inning. One out for Toller. Xavier Toller, 0 for 2. He has struck out, walked, and flown out. Also has scored. First pitch taken for ball 1. Next shout out. Good, Michael, from Paw Paw again. I think that's supposed to be Paw Paw. That pitch misses for a ball inside, 2-0. That was a strike earlier in the game. The 2-0 pitch. That one called a ball, 3-0. Base is empty with 1 out for North Carolina. Stanley, North Carolina leading Hueytown, Alabama 9-5 here in the 6th. The 3-0 pitch, that's up and in for ball 4. One out walk, that will send up Gavin Gibson. Gibson 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. He's also popped up to short. First pitch in there for strike 1. A 1 pitch, swing and a miss. Davis looking for his second strikeout. He's got Gibson behind in the count, 0-2. Don't forget, coming up next on this field, we'll have Louisiana and South Carolina. A wild pitch, that will get the runner, well, no, it won't get the runner to second, as it was able to bounce back to the catcher. And Toller held at first base. One-two pitch. That one called strike 3 on the outside corner. 2 gone for the cleanup hitter, Ezra Taylor.
Now batting, number 2, Ezra Taylor.
Taylor 2 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. First pitch right there for strike 1. Another shout out, way to go, Baker Davis from Aunt Vicky in McCalls, Alabama. Another shout out, wish I could be there with you boys from Gastonia, NAMLA chapter. Swing and miss, big cut. Taylor behind in the count, 0-2. Davis looking to strike out the side here in the 6th. 2 outs with a runner at first. The 0-2 pitch from Baker Davis. Swing and a miss. He blew it by him. And that will do it for North Carolina in the 6th. They failed to score, but as we head to the final half inning of play, North Carolina's up by 4. Alabama will send up the bottom third of the order when we come back right after this timeout here on JockJive.com.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back. Hurts 2 on his assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
All right, welcome back as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Bottom third of the order. All right, so Devin Ford is going to pinch hit this inning. We're just getting a call from the press box. Max Hollingsworth will lead it off. First pitch of the inning is there for strike one. Final score, Florida a winner over Oxford, Alabama, 11-0. So Florida now awaits the winner of this one tomorrow night at 8 as the pitch from Toller is in there for another strike. 0-2 to Max Hollingsworth. Oxford drops into the loser's bracket, and they will play the loser of this game tomorrow afternoon at 5:45. 11-0, Florida a winner. I believe a one-hitter by the Florida pitcher. Max Hollingsworth singled his last at bat. He's 1 for 2 in the game. There's someone that says, great job, Baker Davis. Baker Davis striking out the side at the top of the inning. And how about Hollingsworth? Caught looking to start the bottom of the 6th. Xavier Toller records the first out. Alabama down to its final 2 outs in this one. Brody Black, the batter, with the bases empty. Another shout out, Hold'em Stanley. Swing and a miss at the first pitch for strike one. Awesome Baker, go Team Alabama, Aunt Wendy, Uncle Gene, Nana, Charlie, and Joe. Brody Black 0 for 2 in the game. It's reached on a fielder's choice and an error. The 1-out pitch. That one is taken for a strike. 0-2. Our next game scheduled for a 5:45 start. The 0-2 pitch, rather. The 1-out pitch is what I was trying to say. And Toller drops it in there for a called strike 3. And the first base coach obviously upset with that call. He didn't like it. Brody Black caught looking for the second out of the inning. 2 outs for Colton Hudgens. For Devin Ford, who will bat for Colton Hudgens. So the number 9 hitter in the order means the top of the order is on deck if Alabama could put together a 2-out rally. They're down to their final out in this one, down 4. This one is bounced over to first. Pitcher coming over to cover. The throw not in time. Actually, the pitcher didn't hold on to the ball. We'll see how they score that one. That's going to be scored an infield hit. Another shout-out, go Stanley, make us proud, from Gavin and the rest of the Smiths. Back to the top of the order with Jonah Winston. Younger brother of former Florida State and current Tampa Bay Bucks quarterback Jameis Winston. And understand Jameis Winston will be here tomorrow to watch his younger brother. The 2-out pitch with a runner at first. And Winston quickly behind in the count, 0-1. Winston 0 for 2. He has struck out, reached on an error, and scored, and also walked. Also, folks, don't forget to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, subscribe to our YouTube channel. When you subscribe to the YouTube channel, you get an email notification letting you know the game is about to begin. Winston with a swing and a miss for strike 2, and North Carolina starting to feel it. They're 1 strike away from moving to the winner's bracket. The 0-2 pitch from Xavier Toller is swung on and missed for strike 3. So Toller strikes out the side in the 6th inning, and Alabama falls to North Carolina by the final of 9-5. So North Carolina will play Florida on Field 2 tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Alabama will play Oxford, Alabama, tomorrow afternoon at 5:45. Let's get to some quick shout-outs, and then we'll sign off. Let's do this, Boomer. Go Stanley, Jamie Messer. One more Stanley from Parker Stafford. Let's hold 'em Stanley from the Stanley 9 and Under All-Stars. Way to go, Stanley. Keep on pounding. So, again, the final score, 9-5. North Carolina tops Alabama. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate all the shout-outs as well. And don't forget, coming up next, I'll have the call here on Field 1 of the Louisiana-South Carolina game. Until then, for all of us at JockJive.com, I'm Mike Rideout saying so long for now, good afternoon, and God bless.